guys? It's your boy, Lieutenant Dan from Unintentional Grounding, live from Orlando, Florida. We are here to do what needs to be done. I'm going to make sure that I go into my chat, which is absolutely lit right now. All of y'all in here supporting the channel and giving your stuff in there. Really, just putting it down. Here we go. It is time to do a mock draft, a real actual mock draft to give us a real actual cap situation update to tell you guys what's been going on with the Falcons head coaching situation and GM coaching situation. GM coaching. And we're going to make cuts, man. We're going to make cuts and get this stuff done. There's going to be a lot of movement on screen, so please stick with me. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button if you already haven't done so. And I see Will Smith in the chat. Shout out to Will Smith. Don't forget, it's Dan's B-Day tomorrow, which is true. We're turning the big 3-0, so threes in the air. Threes in the air from everybody in the chat. If you don't mind throwing up the big 3-0, because that's what Lieutenant Dan is turning. And he is nervous. Big 3-0. So all of you guys in the chat, thank you so much for coming through. Rise up and stay grounded. Evan Thompson, Real Patman, Marcus Johnson, Falcons Nation, Dexter, Lash, Dal Ray, Bellamy, Rose Staxon, Boy Bangley, Angelon Taylor, what's going on, my man? UCF Jaguar. I cannot wait for you to get Trevor Lawrence, my man. Cannot wait for you to get Trevor Lawrence. It's going to be amazing, man. It's going to be amazing. Carl Prince, what's going on? Archangel, good to see you in the chat. Rise up, stay grounded. Man, oh man, everybody's coming through. Adam Holloway, new drop. Joseph Sandberg. Man, y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing. Thank you guys for coming through. So, let's get into the meat and potatoes, right? Let's get into the meat and potatoes of everything that's going on in here. I'm going to be flipping through screens, okay? And we're going to have a discussion all the way from what is the cap situation that we currently have? What are the players that we could potentially draft? What is the current situation with Ryan and Julio? What kind of players in the draft fit what we currently have with the roster? We don't know what kind of GM we have. We don't know what kind of coach that we're going to be getting or what kind of scheme we're going to be running. So in that same light, there's going to be some times where I'm not talking and I'm just writing some things down. We're going to look at tape today. We're going to do a mock draft. We're going to review film. We're going to hit cap numbers. We're going to look at player write-ups and expectations of those players. So this is not going to be a very short video. This is going to be a long video. So with all of that out of the way, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And by the way, for those of you in the last video that came through, okay? Those of you that came through and didn't get what you asked for, it's time to mock draft. All right. Now that that's out of my system, let's the Vader lightsaber had nothing to say. It said it wanted to stay on. You get down there, Vader lightsaber. All right. Let's get into actual cap. Let's get into cap first. We'll get into cap, then we'll do a mock draft. Then we'll look at the team that we currently have right at this very moment. Who's starting, who's going to be gone. A lot of that will kind of be intertwined. So give me a second while I put in over the cap. So over the cap is the main one that I use for cap-related inquiries. And I use their calculator a lot. In fact, actually, their calculator is pretty damn accurate. So let's get straight into this. And let me open up this here. And like I said, there's just going to be a lot of times where I'm not talking. That's just because I'm just concentrating on what I'm doing. So pay very close attention because not everything can be explained, but a lot can be done. So let's talk about it. Let's get into here. So if I do this, and I do a little bit of this, little bit of magic. And let's shift. No, not shift. Shift. Nope, not shift. Alt. Alt. That's what we need. A lot of this that I won't be able to, like I said, there's a lot of this that I won't be able to just immediately explain, but I will get into the finer details of everything that goes on in the mock draft as well as what we are doing here. There. And we'll kind of switch back and forth here. And by the way, Freddie is not here today. He took the day off before my birthday. So I'm going to be doing everything on my own. It's all right. You know, just looking at you, Freddie. Just looking at you. I pay you to be here. And you are here for me. So, you know, good on you. Thanks. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. All right, so we got our Matt Ryan contract. Currently, the Atlanta Falcons are sitting at $24 million underneath the cap. Okay, so we're going to have to make some immediate changes. I'll move this over a little bit so that we can kind of, and I'll condense it or whatever we need. But we're going to make some immediate changes. We're going to leave the whole Julio Jones situation and Matt Ryan situation to, we're not going to move that kind of stuff. Okay? So we're just going to look at contracts that we can tinker with. First one that we're going to tinker with, and you guys can't really see it like dead on the screen, so maybe I should move this actually over a little bit. Maybe that's what needs to happen. See, if I had Freddie here, he would legitimately already have all this stuff done for me. But since I have to do it on my own, you know, just gotta do my thing and stay grounded, right? Stay grounded, rise up over all of that nonsense. Z! Woo! Woo! With the $5 dono in the super chat. With the $5 dono in the super chat. Woo! You know what? Just for the culture. Just for the culture. Woo! Just for the culture. Z, thank you so much for that $5 dono in the super chat. Rise up, stay grounded. Nothing but the facts and the truth. Woo! All right. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so we're going to take a look at a couple of things here. Just from some of the stuff that we've talked about. And I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more so that y'all can get a better feel of this. And probably move this over. Tell me what you know. Switchblade. No. Turn around on a bed, don't trip. Gon' flip and slip. Crucify me. All right. So a couple things that we know are for certain, or to some degree are for certain. Ricardo Allen is probably going to be a cap casualty. So that's going to be a cut there. And let's see here. They've got, is really James Carpenter still on the Falcons? Really? Take a look at this here. Where's his contract info? Thank you, Spotrack. Potential out year 2021, dead cap. Let's take a look at this contract here. Oh, well, that's 2020. I wasn't even looking at 2021. Let's go down here. $4 million in cap savings, $2 million dead cap. Let's designate him as a post-June 1 cut. Can I do that? Yes, I can. That's going to save us $5 million and only $1 million in dead cap. So we're walking this down. We're at $12 million dead cap. Alan Bailey is going to be a cut. That brings us to $8 million. Tyler Davison. Not a contract that you really don't want to just up and move. What is the Falcons' current contract with Dante Fowler Jr.? Let's take a look at that. What's happening here? There we go. For some reason, it's wigging out. Thank you. Dante Fowler Jr., 3-year, $45 million. Let's see. 2022 out. What would happen if you got him out in 2021? Ugh. You could post-June 1 trade him, but that's so unlikely. That's not likely. Okay, so if I just trade him straight up, okay, so now we're in the positive here, just with trading Dante Fowler Jr. So maybe you get something for Dante Fowler Jr., third, fourth round pick. We're going to restructure. We're going to restructure the Grady Jarrett contract, probably full restructure. I don't know about roster bonus. Pat, you're in the chat right now. Roster bonus for Dante Fowler Jr., or would you just, how much do you want to restructure? Just restructure the maximum. I guess we just restructure the maximum and not do a roster bonus. But that's a number that can be moved. So we're at $9 million just by max restructuring Grady Jarrett's contract. And then you probably do something similar to Jake Matthews' contract, which is restructure that one as well. Max restructure that. Because you're going to want to keep Jake Matthews for a while. He's still playing at a top 10 level, top 15 level. And Grady Jarrett, you're going to want to keep for a long while. So both of those are going to be restructurable deals. So that puts you at $16 million with about $71 million in 2022. And then let's leave a couple of things open. We're not going to talk about Matt Ryan and moving him because that's a tireless anti-Matt Ryan, pro-Matt Ryan discussion. And I'm not here to cause that kind of controversy. And Julio Jones, let's just say that both of those contracts just stay with us. And Deion Jones, we're not going to talk about Deion Jones because he is in the last year of his contract with the Falcons, if I remember correctly. Or no, 2024 will be when he is free. But an out is at 2022. So there's a chance that you can go get a linebacker if you want to, or if you change the system and he doesn't work well, then you can move him. Well, not last year, Evan, the year before, but technicalities, right? So we're not going to worry about Deion Jones' contract. That's something that we're not going to worry about. Let me get that out of the way. Let me close that one too. Close that one. So we're not going to worry about Deion Jones. Tyler Davison could be your DC got fired. Man. Tom Sula. That 144p hit different. Let's say Sanat is out of the paint. I mean, it doesn't really matter at that point. Let's say that Tyler Davidson's the only one. Nolan. Nolan got fired. Ah, man. Marcus Johnson says they need to trade the 4th pick for a 1st and a 3rd. What's that going to do? I mean, no, I'm not going to worry about that. Tyler Davidson's on still 1 year left on his deal or 2 years left on his deal, so you probably will draft his replacement this year. Where's my dude? Tom Sullivan can stay? Yes. So this coming year will be his last year. So this would be the year you would draft his replacement. So we'll keep him on the team. Get more starters. But that doesn't but Marcus, that doesn't translate to starters that have quality. Let's remember that every young starter that you put in on the team doesn't mean that those guys are going to succeed. They are still going to need 3 years of development. And I've tweeted this already once or twice. It takes 3 years to develop any player, any position, to know what they are. Minimum, you need 3 years. So you're talking about whoever you draft now in 2024, they either need to be a starter or some type of contributing service to the team, or else they're not with the team. That's where we're at. So I'm not talking trade downs, because trade downs are unrealistic, number one, because you have to have a trade partner. Number two, that adding a bunch of contracts from 1 year and thinking that you can actually keep all of those guys is absolutely insanity. So trading down is so unrealistic. So just with those moves, currently I'm at $17 million. With Matt Ryan still on the team, with Julio Jones still on the team, 17 mil, nothing to laugh at, nothing to scoff at. That's enough money to go get a few free agents if you want to, and pay your draft class. Probably 2 free agents in a draft class. Remember, the Falcons are only going to have 38 contracts for next year. So there will be a lot of contracts that are going to be open to interpretation. Yep. I told you. I thought Tom Sullivan was gone. Eric Bieniemy and Travis Etienne. Stop playing, bro. Stop playing. You can get Etienne in the second. I don't know, man. I think Etienne might be a first rounder. So will Najee Harris, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. So we've done our damage. And then we have Mac, Gurley, Charles Harris, Keanu Neal, Brian Hill, Matt Schaub, Brady Ware-Wilson, Justin McCray, Luke Stalker, Reynolds, Denard, Neesman, Treadwell, Wetzel, Means, Edmund Robinson, DeMonte Casey, Koo. I'm actually going to extend Koo. Number of years, I don't know. Let's put him on a 2-year deal. Koo ain't going nowhere. Powell, Hall, Gano, Blake, Graham, Tui Mariner. Okay. Koo needed an extension. Yeah, Koo, let's just say Koo gets the extension. Restricted free agent tender on Jacob Tui Mariner. Let's say they do the transition tag Steven Means. No, absolutely not, actually. Or not transition tag Steven Means. That's $14 million. Undo that. Steven Means might be gone. Unless you extend him on a 1-year deal. So I've got $15 million just putting Jacob Tui Mariner and Steven Means back onto the team as veteran options. And not bringing back Max, Gurley, Harris, Neal, Brian Hill, Schaub. Schaub retired. Wilson would probably get another 1-year deal. It's a guy that always sticks to the roster for some reason. So I've got $14 million. I've got $14 million to play. And the only ones that I brought back were Jacob Tuohy-Mariner, Koo, Means, and Brady Wilson. I think that's more than enough to be able to keep yourself going. Your defensive ends will be okay, but not great. And your kicking situation will be solved, and you'll have a corner with decent experience, 7 years of experience. New drop, it's Over the Cap. overthecap.com/calculator/Atlanta Falcons. I'll drop it in the chat. I will drop that in the chat for you guys. Where am I? Where am I? Here. I'll drop this in the chat for y'all. Boop. So you can do that however you guys want. But $14 million. I think $14 million is enough to play with if you don't move Matt Ryan, Julio Jones. You can kind of work on that. No problem, New Drop. No problem at all, man. I am not here to block anybody from being able to do anything, unlike maybe others. I'm not here to silence anybody from their opinions, and I'm not here to promote any narrative whatsoever. I'm just trying to look at the reasonable things that the Falcons can do to keep the team currently where it's at. Now, we've opened up about $14 million in just doing some small, easy moves. None of these are groundbreaking. None of these are necessarily big and blow anything up. So now let's go to... Let's go to the draft network. Does it have me logged in? Doesn't. There. I'm sorry. I am one of those dudes right now that is on the sauce. All right, so let me blow this up for you guys so that you guys have a little better picture of what's going on. Better idea to some degree. Let's do it like that. Y'all cool with that? Everybody's cool with that in the chat? And rise up to everybody that I haven't been able to say hello to, or I haven't had an opportunity to say hello to. I apologize now. Thank you guys for coming through. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. It's fantastic. Okay, so here we go. I'm actually going to take this side of it and kind of do to here. Move this way. See, if I had Freddie, he would be in here just moving stuff around like a crazy. All right, Archangel, what's going on, my man? Rise up, stay grounded. I hope you're doing well. Let's get into it, man. Share this out to all your friends and family. Tweet this out if you don't mind. If you guys don't mind tweeting this out and getting Falcons fans to say, yo, what's going on? Matt Tate, what's up, my man? What is up, dude? All right, so it is my belief that no matter who you hire, you are hiring someone who wants to draft a quarterback in the first round. Adam Holloway, what's going on, my man? Rise up, stay grounded. But let's go over a couple of options here, because I'm not here to promote any one single narrative. So with that being said, let's look at all of the options. Let's try to make sense of some of the options, and let's talk through it before we get to our pick. So if you don't draft a quarterback in the first round, sitting at number 4, you would be hoping for Penei Sewell to fall to 4. If we hire Rick Smith, we're not drafting a QB. He's the one who drafted Deshaun Watson, so I don't know why that would be facts. But thank you for rating my stream and trying to just beat that into us like a dead horse. So you've got your quarterbacks, but if we weren't doing quarterbacks, we could do Penei Sewell, or Sewu, excuse me. But Sewu would have to fall to us in the current rendition of what's going on. Now, this mock draft machine is going to pull all kinds of crazy pranks on us, and it's literally just a projection of what could be, not what is. So we don't know if Trevor Lawrence is actually number 1. We don't know if Justin Fields is actually number 2. We don't know in what order these guys are going to go. Okay? Yes, and I understand. Yes, I understand that. But again, okay, all right. Moving on. Then you have your linebacker and Micah Parsons. Now, I'm going to explain two things. How does Penei Sewell help you, and how does Micah Parsons help you at 4? Well, you're going to have 5-year contracts on each one of them, so you have that 5th-year option available to you. And then Sewell can come in as your left guard, but if you're drafting him that high, you're going to want him to play tackle, or he's going to be the successor to what you currently have going on right now in Atlanta with Jake Matthews. So this is a futures pick if you're taking Penei. If he's your guy, then it's literally either Jake Matthews getting pushed inside or Sewu will be playing left guard for the Atlanta Falcons in 2021. Neither one of those is a bad option, but we've never seen Jake Matthews play full-time guard before. So it would be a brand new position to some degree for Jake Matthews, and you'd be starting a true rookie out at left tackle with Matt Ryan under center. We already have problems currently with how that works with McGarry. So it makes sense for the long term if the next quarterback can come in and immediately next quarterback is the guy, and this is the offensive line that you're trying to build around it, because you're not building Sewu for Matt Ryan's purposes. You're building it for the next quarterback of the future. So Sewu would be a pick that you're like, not this year, maybe not next year, but the year after you're getting a quarterback. Hopefully you have enough draft capital, or you find a gem in one of these rounds going forward. Then there's Micah Parsons, who there's two narratives that go on with the Micah Parsons discussion. Number one, he's not a compliment to what Deion Jones does. And to some degree, I think that discussion is definitely on point. He doesn't do well or complement well what we already have on the team. So you're looking at a guy that he's not a true middle linebacker. He's much smaller than that. He's being projected as a rush linebacker, almost like a Vic Beasley, almost like I've heard that before somewhere, Vic Beasley. But Parsons, to me, is an undersized safety linebacker hybrid, and you already had Neal in that particular setup. He's not the craziest in coverage, but he is great in a short space. He has a great athletic profile. So if you're getting Micah Parsons, you're getting probably very similar production to Hassan Reddick, which I don't think is a terrible thing. But then what are you having Deion Jones do? Because Deion Jones is also not a very good man-to-man coverage guy. But in zone, just like a Parsons, he's, his level of eliteness is ridiculous. So Micah Parsons, to me, is a will linebacker, Sam Blitzer. And if you're going to take a Sam Blitzer at 4, that really makes me scratch my head. It really does. I guess if that's your cup of tea and you're like, we have to fix the defense right now and we have to make a defensive pick because no other selection would make sense, then I guess Micah Parsons is your guy, because I'm going to make the next suggestion here, which is look at the other guys that you could take. You're not going to take a Patrick Surtain at 4. The value's not there. You're not going to be taking a QT Payne or Quiti Payne, whatever his name is. You're not going to take him at 4 because he isn't that kind of talent. So you're almost forced into this hole of Sewu Parsons quarterback. Sewu Parsons quarterback. That's kind of what you've been slotted into, because otherwise you would be reaching for Surtain, you'd be reaching for Payne, you'd be reaching. I don't even know why you would take a wide receiver in the first round, knowing that you just took Calvin Ridley to take over Julio Jones' spot. So I don't think, and don't even start with me on Gregory Rousseau, whose tape does not justify what he stands for. So please don't bring up this whole, well, we could take Gregory Rousseau. You were reaching for a guy that's going to take 3 years to develop. He might be amazing in 3 years, but that's not going to help you right out the bat, like right out the gate. Like, that's not going to change what the Falcons, the rest of their defense is. Rousseau doesn't tip it to me. And that's just film-wise. Looking at that, Rousseau does not show me the athletic profile of someone that should be picked in the top 5, nor does she show me the amount of games, the game tape that would justify a constant, and I mean constant, show of determination and strength. This guy doesn't have the seasoning. He just doesn't. But he could be a monster on a team that has the luxury of developing a defensive end like Rousseau. And I think that he's a great talent. I just wouldn't take him in the top 5. I'd take him in the top 10, 15. They've got him slated at 15, the 15th best player on the board. I don't think that that's necessarily the worst thing in the world. I don't think that's wrong. So yes, this is where I sit here and tell you guys, no matter how this mock draft falls, this is just my opinion, based on the factors that I just said, and that we would have, and I quote, $14 million to $15 million in cap space just by making the moves that I did here. Restructuring Grady Jarrett and Jake Matthews because you want to keep them on, not touching Matt Ryan or Julio Jones, bringing Koo, Means, Wilson, and Jacob Tutui-Mariner back, and cutting Ricardo Allen, James Carpenter, and Allen Bailey, keeping Tyler Davison. I've got the money here, just enough money to be able to play with in free agency, to bring in a few low, cheap veterans that can round out the rest of the active roster. So here we are. We're going to do this mock. And I'm not proclaiming that you can win a Super Bowl with this roster. I don't even know if this roster, which is only going to field 38 active contracts next year, and I added some contracts on, but 38 active contracts, I don't think you're going to take a team of drafted rookies or a bunch of very low free agents, low-price free agents, and what you currently already have and win Super Bowls just because you got some better coaching. I don't think that that's going to happen. It's very unlikely to happen, and Vegas would probably not even bet on that. I wouldn't bet on that. I wouldn't bet my mortgage on that. If any of y'all put your mortgage, if you own a house or you are currently mortgaging a house, would you put your mortgage on the Falcons winning a Super Bowl next year? I would not, with the roster that they currently have. Yeah, they have to be convinced of a winning plan. So here's the mock. I'm just going to go through all situations, and then we'll look at some of the players that I've mocked and go from there. And again, we've already done our salary cap. We've already talked about it for the first 30 minutes. We went over that long conversation. There's not much you can really do here except make a couple of moves. I even moved Dante Fowler Jr. and ate a little bit of dead cap and got about $9 million back. So that's actually the one. That's the big one that gave us the most money. So let's start this mock. Here we go. People put too much weight in draft position. We've passed on monster players for average. Then you have Grady in the 5th. Barnett, I think you're correct. But draft position is different than the actual talent evaluation, and I don't think we've done a very good job of evaluating talent and maturing it. So there's levels to it. I don't think it's just draft position. Jack Savage, what's going on? So Trevor goes, Fields goes. I have this new thing has offers for trade. I'm going to decline all trade offers because I don't think this is realistic. Nobody's trading all of this or giving me this little to be able to go all the way up, even at only 4 picks across. So I'm going to decline these things. And there goes Micah Parsons. See, this is what mock drafting is all about. Simulations. None of this is actually accurate, but simulating what you can do. So in this simulation, at least this particular simulation, look who here is. Sewu is here. Sewu is at the 4th pick. So I am going to draft Penei Sewu because this is good for the Falcons going into the future. But if the right guy is there, I may make a trade back up. But that's just me. So let's just go through this and try not to do any trade ups. We draft Sewu. Chase goes, Pitts goes, Waddle goes, Patrick Surtain. Let me pause for the top 10 here. Lawrence, Fields, Parsons, Sewu, which this would mean that we're going to run the ball. Actually, no, it would not, because Sewu is actually more of a pass protector than he is a run blocker. But I like Sewu's game as a guard if he was a run blocker, so I like it either way. You can either have it either way. Then Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, Waddle, Surtain when they need a quarterback, so I don't think this is realistic. Payne, Farley, Smith, and now we are at 12. So we're going to see where we go from here. There goes Zach Wilson at 12. That's a great pick for the 49ers. I think that's a fantastic pick. Rousseau at 13. Let's see here. Horn, Asai, Etienne, Bateman, Marshall, Lance. So Trey Lance goes at 22 to the Colts. Wow. I could have traded up. I actually probably could have traded up to 21 with the Jags, but that trade up would have cost me a lot. Real life and within the parameters of the simulation, it just costs too much to get there unless they call you. Najee Harris to the Bucks, and here are the New York Jets. They are asking for a 7th round pick in 2022. They're asking for a 5th round pick and a 4th round pick, and they're asking for my pick at 36 in the 2nd round. So they'll make pretty decently close picks back to back. I'm going to decline that offer because I don't take offers. There goes Xavier Collins to the Saints, which just hurts my heart. Creed Humphrey. See, the Jets are now calling again. Now they're like, please give us things. And I'm like, no. The Giants want to trade up into my spot. I'm going to decline it. And here we are. So now we are sitting in round 2, ladies and gentlemen. Round 2. And I'm going to just remind everybody of our pick in the first round was our guard or tackle of the future. So now we are sitting in round 2. And we need a couple of things. Just looking at the roster as a whole, because I'm just gonna go back in here and I'm gonna show you guys the roster that we currently have going on, and kind of give you guys a little more of an idea of a limited group or limited roster and what you can do with it to at least shore it up enough that in 2022 you have a better roster. So you've got Matt Ryan and Julio Jones for at least another year or 2. You've got Deion Jones as your middle linebacker, inside linebacker right now. And Foye, I guess, is your Sam or vice versa. One is Deion's your Will. Whatever Markel Walker is to you guys. Davieson's your only real nose tackle here. You got your line fitted. Your line is fitted for what it's worth. Marlon Davieson's a 3-tech, 5-tech. Another corner would be interesting because Isaiah Oliver, being a guy that just probably needs to be moved inside or maybe isn't even going to be on the team next year. We don't know. So that is actually a huge question mark, what happens there. And then you got running backs and Ito Smith and da-da-da-da-da. You kind of go down this group of just a bunch of unproven guys that haven't done anything yet. Man, look at that. That's your active. If I can do that, just two swipes of the if I can do two swipes of the mouse here and see that there's just not any contracts here. It's just not. And the years that are currently on everybody's contracts are so low. But okay. That being said, so I'm sitting here at 36 in the second round, high second round pick. And we're going to forego any offensive linemen at this particular time. Scheme. I don't know what the scheme is. I don't know. I have no clue because we don't have a GM or a head coach. So I'm not going to pretend like I know what the scheme is. I'm just drafting on who's there, who makes the most sense of the positions that have an opening. That's all I'm doing here. It's just a simulation. So I want guys that are scheme versatile as well as allow me to give them some starting time early or some play time now. I see Jay Tafuli here. Wouldn't be a bad get, although a lot of people are saying that nose tackle bad. Pro Football Focus, I believe, did a whole write-up on why nose tackles are now being given more draft status, are being valued higher on teams, not allowed to just let go and go off and go somewhere else. Just because it helps out the rest of your guys that you have. So in the second round, kind of sitting here and I see Jay Tafuli and I really like that idea. There's Dalen Moses, but yeah, he'll be determined in the next coach. But then there's only two positions that he can actually play, nose tackle and three tech, for the player size and the ability limitations. So looking at Tyler Davison, he's either completely expendable, and I mean, I could say that he's expendable. I could get rid of him right now. Let's see, we could just cut him right now if we wanted to. June 1st cut, gain $3 million, so I have $17 million. If I wanted to do that, you can do that. You saw that number just change. You can do that if you want to, but then you are going to have to find another starter to put that in there. Glenn through the Walker has already shown that he can go after guys. So to me, I think there's no question that he can be used as a Sam linebacker or a rushing linebacker. So let's just play this game of what do we have available and what can we utilize right now that can help us right now. Because Sewu can help you right now. Doesn't mean that he's going to be good at doing it or he's going to be successful at doing it. But he is going to help you right now. So let's take a look at the rest of the picks that we have. We have Jay Tafuli. We have Nick Bolton and Dalen Moses as linebackers. You could move Dion to a full-time weak side linebacker role. But then what are you going to do with Foye Oluokun? But you could upgrade it now to say that Dion's not going to be with the team for very long. So we could do that. We could do either one of those linebackers. We could go with an edge rusher. This edge rusher, Rashad Jr., I believe just said that he's going back to school. So you could go with an edge rusher like a Jalen Phillips, or you could go with an Aziz. Both of those are interesting picks. If you want to go with a more Vic Beasley style linebacker or a linebacker defensive end, you could go with Aziz, or you could go with a more traditional, bigger set defensive end with a Jalen Phillips in the second round. You could also, in this particular setup, go safety early on with Trayvon. Trayvon's probably my favorite safety of the group. So because safety has kind of a bigger need to it, knowing that Neal's gone. We don't have the money to do it. I opened up cap, but you still have to on over the cap. I've opened up cap, but I don't know how much you would pay Neal. Let's just pretend that we extend him. I don't know. I don't know what the contract is. I don't know what the contract you would write up for a Keanu Neal is. How much is he worth? He's been hurt so much. So let's take a Trayvon. Let's take a Trayvon in the second round and just see where this goes. So we took safety. Safety is a big need for us, so let's take it. So we don't have another pick until the third round, I believe. I saw Sean Wade go. There's Jay Toffoli to the Patriots. Just another guy. We need a Twitch player Sunday breakdown. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, same here, Cookie. I don't even know. That's not happening. That's not happening. Stop calling. Just no, Jets. Stop calling. I see what you guys are doing, and you guys are calling, and it's not going to happen for me. It's just not. All right, let's see where we are. Let's see what we have available now. So third round. Let's actually strike. Let's strike here. Bangley, what's going on, my man? What? What? I know. So this is currently the Grounders take. They want this LSU tackle. You know what? So let's pause. Let's pause it and let's go take a look at some tape. Tape time. Everybody, it's tape time. Take a look here. Breaking down the Draft Network. Hire me. Draft Network, hire me. I'm literally doing this stuff so that I can make a little extra money on the side because my job just cut my hours. Please, hire me. Let's see here. Do we have anything? Oh. No, that's Marvin Wilson. There's nothing really for me to look at. There's nothing really for me to look at. Quincy Roche. No, I'm not going to jump off of that just so that I can look at some other players. Just so that we can do breakdown. I need tape. You have to watch full games of LSU to watch Southern in 2019. Ooh. Always B. What's going on, my man? Tucker B. Hope you're doing well, my dude. Okay. So, you know what? Discord. What now? Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. Oh. I'd have to actually put that in. I guess I would actually have to put that in. So let me open up YouTube again. Don't look at my videos. None of y'all look at my videos. You're not allowed. What is this called? Hey, I found it. Got it. So what number is he? Let's take a look at this. So what do we got in here? Has Quentin Williams been good? Just wondering. I'm not a Jets fan, so I haven't watched him at all. Okay. Where's our boy? 72, huh? All right, let's get this going. 72. He wasn't even on the line. Maybe that was him at the top against the right guard. Okay, let's watch that one more time. Right here. Stout and does not move, but also got attached to his guy. Daniel Robinson, when are you and Mad Mike going to do another video? Are you guys sure he's not 92? He's doing more than Sanaa could do. Ouch. Yeah, he's 90. No, that's Pharrell Jr. Yeah, dude, he's not even in here. No, his tape's not here. So this ain't it. This ain't it. In fact, actually, we can actually do this. Let's open up his ESPN bio. Take a look here. I like how certain content creators are oof. Czech versus Florida. This is the whole game? Oh, boy. Let's see if we can spot our guy. What's going on, my dude? Rise up, stay grounded. Okay, here he is. No, that's not him either. You guys sure he's 72? Because I don't see this. (2020) did he not play in 2020? Is that what's going on here? He only played 2019? He opted out of 20. Okay. All right. Tony Wright, what's going on, my man? Rise up, stay grounded. I hope you're doing well, man. Okay. I don't want to take somebody that I haven't seen any tape on. Oh, here we go. Get out of here, Google and YouTube and all the rest of y'all. Jeez, they don't pay me enough to put these ads on here. Oh, my God. As you guys can tell, I don't have YouTube Premium. All right, so the offense comes out first. And the offense is still out there. Oh, wait, they punted? Wait, when did that happen? Wait a minute, I saw a big boy. Hold on, I just saw a big boy. Hold on, and he had 72 on him. There, in the center, right over the center. I don't hate that push. That's a pretty good push. Here he is again. Why are they having him? They have him at 1 tech. Bro, he does not get moved. Hey, LSU, where you been hiding this kid? And then they took him out. So they have him as a 2-down player, from what I can tell. He could wrestle a bear. Man. Yeah, they brought the blitz package out. Let's get through all of this. Go to Discord. I can't go to Discord right now. You'll have to wait. I called that one dead because of the false start. So I'm guessing this is him again, right here in the center. They got a 3-man line with an edge rusher that kind of can go side to side. Kind of feels like Dave Aranda really doing his thing. Not a lot of interior pressure from him, but I don't know if he's being really told to create that pressure. There he is again. Man, he's a mountain of a man. I'll give him that. What a big dude. What an absolutely large human being. Oof. Oof. Okay, so look at this. Look at this play. So this is two control, and this has to come over. This linebacker has to come over and get into this gap space. And look at 72 push this man 1, 2, almost 3 yards into the backfield, and then able to chop off. No, he rips off of it in one arms, and then they get it. Man, if they had just had a guy in that gap, that would have been a loss. Look at how quickly he creates the disruption that there's no lanes for anybody to go. Only problem is that 97 over here gets absolutely land blasted. He gets double teamed, and then one of the linebackers isn't able to get across, if I got this correct. Yeah, both of them got caught on the other side of that block. So it's up to the original linebacker that stepped over to make the play. And he does, thankfully. Man. So he kind of blew that. Oh, they're highlighting him too. They're like, 72's on the field doing 72 things. There he is right down at the bottom here. Center right. He's actually playing 0 right now. There's just nowhere. The run lane just is gone. Now all of this at the end here, that's a sloppy tackle. That's a sloppy tackle, and he just bounces off because you can't tackle. 3 guys trying to move him. I think I will do more tape on him later, but no. I need more. I need more. Show me more. Fulton. So there goes Christian Fulton. I never watched this game. That's crazy. So there he is. 1 Tekken. 1 Tekken. Let's see what he does. Where do his hands go? Jesus Christ, his hands go right where they need to go. He gets it a little high, but right up here in the breastplate. Watch this. Watch those hands down there. It's hard for y'all to see, like, real for real. But, like, if you just... Man. Okay. And a beautiful rip. Look at this rip. He almost got him. If it hadn't been for the right guard coming over and helping out with it, pocket's already collapsed. He's not putting pressure like that, but he is really scary to have in the middle. Flushing guys out is not hard for him. Let's watch him here. Center mass. And the thing is that he still takes the best angle because he could be washed out this way, but he actually pulls back the other way. Look at his body. And he starts driving in and gets a hand up. Man. Put this guy next to Marlon Davidson and Grady Jarrett and Jacob Tatui Mariner and see how he works. So he's a first down, second down kind of guy. They got their running quarterback in. Man, he missed it. Why? He just doesn't have the He sat in the right place. Who gets stuck on the left-hand side? What do they do? What are they doing over there on the left-hand side? Okay, so they double team the edge, and they create the 1v1 here. So the pull is on whether or not he takes the interior or the exterior. If he takes the interior, if you're watching here, if they sit, then you're going to give it off. But if they creep over, like they're creeping over, you keep it and you run the other way. So that's the right call on the QB. Good call on the QB. And we get a good angle here, too. Oh, he just misses it. Just misses it, man. Jesus. Let's take a look here. This is the second drive, I think, that they've had. They put 3 guys on him. Look at that. 1, 2. Well, this dude actually chops one dude, so it's actually 2. 2v1. 2v1 here. And then they move this? Okay. So they just wanted to get one of these guys upfield, the center upfield, to get to the next guy. Selvin, the man. Shivlin. They're going to bring their pocket passer back in. Go more to a traditional run. Bruh, you're just not moving this absolute dumpster. This giant thing of dirt. All right, fine. Fine, I'll take him in the what are we sitting in? The 3rd round? What have I taken so far? Safety and guard/tackle. That's a really good pick. And this will open up things for Grady Jarrett. So when they go to double team Grady Jarrett, you have a guy that can throw another guy right out of the way and be able to create havoc. So let's go ahead and draft him in the 3rd round. Wow, that's a great nose tackle draft. That's a huge get. That's a huge get. Man. Now, I haven't gotten a linebacker yet. I'm trying to think. No Colts. I like how a lot of other content creators will go out of their way to drive their narrative, and that instead of sitting and waiting and just looking at all the options that could be available to you, because that's basically what we're doing right at this very moment, just looking at all the options and what we could do. And when I hear crazy stuff like we could take a tight end in the 1st round before we take a quarterback, I think it's just really ignorant. It's ignorant kind of stuff. But I mean, hey man, gotta believe what you gotta believe. You just say, what zone run scheme? What gap running? Oh, man. Okay. Oh, my eyeballs. What are we doing here in the 4th round, guys? What are we doing in the 4th round? That was easy. As if. That was easy. I know taking a running back in the 4th round almost every single year is not helping the whole thing. But, bruh, don't tell me Trey Sermon in the backfield wouldn't be fun. And that's a pretty decently sized running back, too. I think that's a 6'1" running back or a 6-foot running back. Big, strong. Has a lot to prove. Tony Wright, why should we do that? I've already answered this question before, or I've answered this statement with a question and then an answer. But what are you doing? What are you doing with that 1st round drop? Are you grabbing another 1st round and another 1st round, or what are we trying to accomplish by trading down without taking the best player available on the board, or having a plan of attack? So what are we doing here? What are we doing here? What have we gotten so far? Sewu, Trayvon, Shelvin, and Sermon. This is actually a really good draft. Luke G, what's going on, my man? Rise up, stay grounded. Make sure you go and follow Luke G Field Review. I'm here for this listening, but I could not comment until now. Thank you so much, Luke, for coming through. Rise up, stay grounded. Make sure you share this out to your friends and family. If Sewu gets drafted, are we taking a quarterback? We can do another mock, and we can see whether or not that's something that happens. And gives us a different scenario for us to play with. So let's take a look at that. So are you elevating Russell Gage to wide receiver 2? No, because you'll still have Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley and Gage. So are you drafting another wide receiver? Probably not. And are you taking a quarterback in the 5th round? No need when you could probably just go get a backup for a year or 2 from a veteran, especially if you're going to just play, Ryan. In fact, actually, what quarterbacks do you have available? Oh, this is so terrible. These are all no-go for me. These guys are all no-go for me. I've watched all of Kellen Mond's tape. It's, oh, man, not good. Sam Ehlinger, no. Johnny Manziel 2.0. Spencer Sanders is, I don't even know why he's on this list. Ian Book is rattled so quickly. Michael Finks Jr., I haven't seen anything from him, but maybe he's been the same Indiana quarterback that they've had for a little while over there. Brady White, haven't done any real work on him. I haven't really. For the memes, huh? You letting Walker be the edge opposite Fowler. The way that I have it structured, Fowler's not even on the team. Fowler has been traded. That's how we, without getting rid of Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and doing a lot of fuckery with the cap, which I've already done at the very beginning of this video, and re-signing these players, Means, Wilson, Jacob Mariner, Younghoe Koo. This is enough to be able to get you by. It's not enough to be able to win, but it's enough to get you by. Marlon Davidson's going to be an edge for you. Kaminsky's going to be an edge for you. Steven Mean's going to be an edge for you. Jacob Mariner's going to be an edge for you. And you probably have Markel Walker playing some edge as well because he's going to need playing time from that Sam position. So that's going to be your edges for now. So if we want to do edge in this round 5 edge, a guy that we can work on, a guy that we can mature. Let me see what I can deal up here. This one's, I think Patrick Johnson went back to school. And Smith, I also think, went back to school as well. Well, technically, you could bring him in and have Big Cat Bryant as a guy that's familiar with the other edge that you currently have, and then also bring him into a situation where he doesn't have to be the starter because you've got currently a couple of guys that would start in front of him. I'm not taking any of the edges from Clemson. And he weighed 247. I know. Crazy, right? You know what? For the memes, let's take Big Cat. I mean, you know what? We could watch his tape. You guys want to watch his tape? Let's see if we have some tape on Big Cat Bryant. Did he play in 2020? There's no premier edge rusher in this draft, bro, unless you're taking Patrick Jones in the second or late first. Three months ago, huh? This is against Georgia in 2020. This is the first game of the year. Let's actually watch this. So he overshoots that one. We're going to watch that again. Kind of got blocked out by the tight end. He hits one dude and then he hits the tight end and he doesn't really do anything or shine anything there. He doesn't have a second move, but he has long arms. You can tell that he has potential in it, but that needs to be drawn out. Now I like that bend though. That's okay. All right, I see you, big cat. I see you. Look at that bend. I like that bend though. Almost made it there. I like that bend. Bend's nice. He's got a little bit of athleticism in him. I like that. Stood his ground. Now what happens? He gets turned to the inside. He isn't able to stick to where he needs to be. He's currently this hat right here. So he gets pushed to the inside. His initial burst makes it so that the running back has to stop and choose his lane. But at that point, then all the Auburn defenders begin to kind of move in and make a move. They don't do a very good job of it, but, whatever. Also, by the way, Falcons fans, you don't need a premier rusher. You want a premier rusher. Let's be straight. Let's be realistic and honest and open with ourselves right now. No lies in here. No lies, no fibs. Y'all want one. You don't need one. With the proper scheming, you don't need one. You could easily get away with doing what you're currently doing right now. It's the same game that's played with everybody that doesn't want a quarterback. You just want one. You don't need one. But who cares about having one when your DBs are bad too? Yeah, you can find plenty. I am not, as Cookie just said, and actually I'm saying it now, the only thing that really popped off the screen to me was that he has some edge burst. But in the run game, it looks like he really suffers to do anything impactful. Doesn't play like he has long arms, but has long arms. Honestly, his game reminds me of Vic Beasley or of Dante Fowler Jr. because they're the same. It's the same stuff. It's very Tack McKinley, Vic Beasley, Dante Fowler Jr. Long, tall guy that likes to play defensive end because he likes to sack the quarterback. Isn't committal to anything. He's not committal to anything. Doesn't have really much of a moveset. Just getting absolutely... This guy would work better in a 34. This guy would work better in a 34. I'm done watching him. He'd be better in a 34. The only other dude that I've watched from this group here... Man. I think Kingsley went back to school. Nah. See, this would just be all. This would be see, this kind of thing. This kind of thing right here, like when you start looking at these dudes towards at the bottom. Patty as a defensive end. No, sir. Versus Maryland in 2019. Nope, not really seeing anything here either. Let's just take a look at this 2019. Let's take a look at this 2019 tape. It's not reflective of what we need to see, but we're used to watching a lot of. We're used to watching. Used to watching 2019 tape. Poor Maryland. What did Maryland ever do? Oh, this is with Chase Young out there too in 2019. Or no, Chase Young will have... no, he got drafted this year. So... This is another developmental guy. He doesn't really have the speed from what I can understand. And he doesn't have the anticipation like where he needs to go, like knowing what kind of play is happening. Just from the offbeat. Just something easy to kind of determine. He's not reading it very well. Now, again, I don't know. Needs to get quicker off the ball. Seems to be late getting off the snap. Does some nice things when he gets done. Danielson with the man bun. Yep, that'd be me. Yep, and he jumped there. Or no, he didn't jump. Maybe he did. Punishment. No, he's on the opposite side. Just doesn't have a lot of moves. The only one that I know right off the bat that could do what you're asking to do would be Xavier Thomas, but even then, like, it's just so... This edge class is so, like, round 1 through 3. Everybody else is kind of like somebody you have to work off of. Yeah, this is that kid. Yeah, this is that kid. I saw something about this guy. What was it? What was it that he did? I cannot remember. USC OL versus Utah. USC OL versus Utah. So now I just need to know what his number is. 42. He is right there. Nope. No, he's not. Where did they have him? Okay. Is he the dude with the towel on? He is. He's this dude. So he got drawn out of that one. Yeah, there's not really a lot of pass rushers in this draft. Wait till next year. Next year, you're going to have a lot of pass rushers. So this must be our dude. Yep, that's our dude. 42. So he's got the towel. He's got some speed. Hey, Bradley and I. Bradley and I. Huh. He gets eaten up real quick. Oh, he jumps that snap. Yep, he's offsides. He's trying to jump the snap. Damn. Why do they put him at 3 tech? I don't understand that. It's not playing him at a good position. Still down at the bottom here. He doesn't have a lot of pass rush moves. Not a lot of these guys do. Good bad down. Wasn't him, but good bad down. He's missing a lot of tackles, but you know what? I don't hate his play. He's got a lot of fire in that belly. That was a great play by the whole offensive line. This was a great call. So watch the the defensive line. Watch the defensive line. The immediate push is this way, and then they all shift to the left. Yep, there it is. So they overload this side and then go inside. Great job by that interior tackle, too, 41. What's up, 41? I see you. Good job just getting in there, man, and holding the line like he was the only guy until he got some people. Man, you need some pass rush moves, buddy. Somebody needs to teach you that finer stuff. We just get a good coach. Somebody could teach you the finer materials here. He got pushed out of that, but the run didn't even go his way. Yeah, they ran to the other side. They play a pretty decent side over here. Oh, baby! They overloaded one side. Overload the side. There he is right there. They overloaded the side. Nice on him. He doesn't have a spin move, but he tries to utilize that spin move. There he is down there. And this guy's more of a... Man, he plays smaller than he looks. That's interesting. There's something really interesting about this prospect, and I don't know why. I know right off the bat, everybody's like, I don't want to watch this. This is terrible. But there's something about this player. I just can't put my finger on it. Something really good about this player. Maybe it's the effort. Maybe it's just the effort. Maybe that's what I like. He got smashed because he didn't have the balance. They switched his side. Talk about getting held, dude. Like, look at the dude just getting grabbed. That should be a flag and a half. But the relentless effort is something that I can't not talk about. .62. And there's our guy on the edge there. Wow. Just take him down, why don't you? Why do they have him out so wide? I hope I'm watching the right person. Because they all have like a towel on their butt. It definitely looks like him though. 42. His shirt's all scrunched up. There he is there again. And they're just trying to beat him up. And I don't know why. That kind of like... Why are they trying to beat him up so much if like he's not making that much of an impact? Why are they trying to drown him out? What's the point? I ask these questions and I don't get answers to them usually. What's the point of taking a guy that isn't really impacting the game and doing everything in your power to double team him or hold him? Is he just too much sauce for you or what? Good tackle. Good way working inside. Okay. Here. Here. Still on the left tackle. Would have liked to see the hands get up there. Man, these corners are biting. Still on the right. I think they're being told not to go all out and just keep everything close. And their tackling is atrocious. Now he's in coverage? Why did you put him in coverage? What's the point of that? I like this as a project player, and I don't know why. I think it's just the effort he brings. He's just going and going, and if he can be taught some things, he'd be a really nice piece. Man, Dan with a man bun? Yeah, man. That'd be me. I'm going to draft him. What round are we in? 5? Let's do a different position in round 5. We can get that guy in round 6. So let's do a different position in round 5. So in round 5, with currently needing edge, linebacker, quarterback, I'm just going to pretend quarterback doesn't exist. And I'm going to go corner here. And there is a specific corner that usually hangs around this spot. And if I could find him, I will grab him. Or maybe he's already been drafted. Hell, maybe he has already been drafted, and I am just saying stuff out my butt. Is this it? No, not this guy. I think it's his running mate, Lenore. No, it's not. So is it the Washington kid? Is that the kid that I'm looking for? See, that's too far down. That doesn't make any sense. Then he must have already been drafted. Okay, well then, this is one that a lot of people said that we had been looking at last year, and I know that he is always down at this spot, so I'll just draft him here and then go on to the end part of the draft here. Because I don't know what kind of system or scheme we'll be running defensively as well. So that could be what predicates whether or not we do take another corner this year. Maybe Oliver's that guy. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it right now, right at this very moment, but it could be. Castro, yeah. We are still in round 5. Wilcox. I won't really worry about going double corner. There's no reason to do that. So next selection, let's take for the memes. Yeah. For the memes. Ross for the memes. That's not a terrible pick. Oh, and then we have a round 6 pick, which I will go ahead and take my edge. Where's my boy? Where's my ding-dongly boy? Where's the dude? I'm not a big fan of Thomas Booker, but there's that name's getting thrown around a lot. And when you're back here in round 6, you're trying to find guys with high IQ and the immediate skill set. You're trying to find guys that they are going to be really rough around the edges. They're not going to be the most fun, but you are going to get a guy that has high energy, focus, knows the game. So to take this edge late in the draft is not going to make everybody all, that's my guy. It's not going to satisfy their needs, but it is going to give you somewhat of a competent group. And then the last of our picks, half these guys aren't really going to make a difference. Sewu will probably get your starting guard or tackle position. Trayvon might get pushed into service, but you already have one guy currently at strong safety, so maybe he does get thrown in at free safety. Shelvin could be given playtime, but I'm pretty sure he won't. Sermon might be your lead running back behind, might be in competition with Ito and Quadri at that point. Griffin probably won't even really get any major playing time as long as Oliver's still on the roster. Justin Ross isn't really going to be doing much on your roster either because he's going to just be training until Julio Jones leaves. And then Micah Tafua is probably not going to get a lot of playing time, especially with Kaminsky and Davison and Means and Jacob Tatui Mariner all still with the roster. So not a lot of this really had much of an impact on making the roster necessarily better or winning next year. Like the draft isn't built to do that. The draft is built to year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. So a tight end. Maybe let's go a tight end and a quarterback and just call it a day. Tight ends that I would personally take. Definitely not a group of tight ends in here that I would take in the 6th round. I don't know if there's really a tight end that I would take. We're gonna have to sort it by position just to have the right one. I know these names. I know a lot of these names actually. Fine. That's fine. I do like his play. He's more of a blocker guy anyway. Noah Gray. Yeah, Noah Gray's pretty good too. I like Noah Gray. I think that's not a bad idea. And then we got back-to-back picks actually here, so we'll just go back and we will go find a linebacker that we want to train. We just have we have so many picks. It's kind of like, why wouldn't you? Here's one that I do like, which is still here. Here's another one I like in David Lloyd. But he's light. And if you want to complement what you already have, if you want to try to complement things, then you're probably not drafting that. Slade. You know what? While we're here, we might as well just get Patty Fisher, right? Since he's here. What am I getting beeped and booped at? Eric Bieniemy will be the next head coach of the New York Jets. Eric Bieniemy will be the next head coach of the Jets. It's not officially reported, but apparently that is the rumor. Ugh. That's apparently the major rumor. What do I want to do from here? Man, this is so bad. Why would I want to take any of these dudes? None of these guys are going to develop into what you're looking for. At least just, it's not that none of these can develop. It's that all of these have a very low developmental ceiling. There's not much that you can do with a lot of these guys because a lot of these dudes are just kind of like they are stick in the muds. They are guys that are going to be premier backups in the league. Not a lot of these guys have that next level kind of push. The only one that I would really get into heavy would be KJ, but even KJ for the memes is not funny. KJ for the memes is not even funny. So I wouldn't even waste a pick in the 7th round on it. I could get a better quality player. In fact, actually, I will go to edge just so I can be that ding dong and go grab Xavier Thomas to finish out our draft. That's what I'll do. That's at least what I would do in that situation. I wouldn't waste my time on it. If you're gonna go full Matt Ryan and full Julio Jones, and you're not going to take a quarterback because you want to spite it, because you think that you can win right now, and you can get a Super Bowl, not just a winning season, a Super Bowl out of this group, then maybe this is the draft that you're looking for. And I'm going to actually condense this down. Maybe this is the draft you're looking for. Take your screenshots, whatever you want to do. But maybe this is the draft you're looking for if you are anti-quarterback in this draft. You have a really, really nice 3 or 4 rounds, and then everything else is just literally developmental talent. There's nothing you can do about it. And this is what I'm trying to tell people is that you either go full rebuild mode or you try to stave this off and pretend that this is going to work. And I mean, the only thing that this draft forecasts is that Sewu will probably kick Jake Matthews off the team. But we restructured him. We full restructured him. So Sewu would be our full-time guard. Trayvon's going to have little to no resistance as free safety. Shelvin will have no resistance to nose tackle. Sermon won't have to really prove much. He'll be able to run behind this line decently. Griffin is going to be probably in contention for that outside corner spot, but is more of a slot corner than anything. So that's kind of a contradiction to what you currently have on the roster. Justin Ross would have to wait until Julio Jones leaves to be effective. Micah Tafua is complete unknown. Luke Farrell, complete unknown. Patty Fisher, complete unknown. And Xavier Thomas, complete unknown. And as a Clemson guy, I can say that he's complete unknown. So this is what this mock looks like, and I took a little too long on it. I'm going to just save it as mock 1.0. But let's just do another real quick. Let's do a 4-rounder. It makes it a little bit easier for us. Let's just do a 4-round mock. And let's just do the same rules as we did last time, which is we don't trade, we don't take any trades, we don't move up, we just let it slide. And there goes Sewu. So because Sewu goes, here's the Lions wanting to come to our pick. Remember, we're not doing any draft selections, any picks, trades, excuse me. So we're going to decline both of these trades. Who takes Slater round 1, pick 3? I have no idea. But see, this is a simulation. Justin Fields is here. Trey Lance is here. Parsons is here. And I'm sitting at 4 and Justin Fields is here. I'm drafting Justin Fields, and you can kiss my ass. Zach Wilson to the Patriots. I saw that. I saw that. Decline. Where are we? No, absolutely not. I would take Fields. Why trade down? There's no point to that. It just isn't. You're just filling out the roster with rookies at that point. Trey Lance to the Bears. Rip Trey Lance. What else happened? Parsons to the Broncos. Whatever. If I was the Dolphins, Dan. Yeah. What do you do here? Well, in this particular situation, because now I just want to build defense. Now I don't want to do any offensive anything. I'm going to take Tafule in the second round. So now offensive linemen go flying off the board because I've basically skipped all of the offensive linemen. Now we're waiting for round 3 to happen. Trey Smith to New England is interesting. Washington football team says, hey, you want to trade up? I say no. Make your selection. You scaredy-ass punks. Let's see here. Jamie Newman to the Tennessee Titans. Good for him. Jalen Phillips goes to the Steelers. Kills me every time. Look, Jets, you guys need to chill out with your nonsense. Okay, all right, cool. So we get to pick Patrick Jones. That was simple. So this is what my draft looks like right at this very moment. Who's mad at this draft? You got Justin Fields, you got the quarterback that everybody wants, Jay Tafule and Patrick Jones, your nose tackle, and a hell of a defensive end. What do you guys want? I think this is great. Bills wanted to trade out of their pick. They had to take somebody. There goes Hufanga. Nice. Round 3, baby. Round 3, baby. Let's see. No. Where are we? What are we doing? I think we're still in round 4. I'm still taking Sermon. Why would I go? That's too easy for me. This draft is fantastic. Fields at number 1. I have mixed feelings because I don't like Ohio State quarterbacks, and I don't really like Justin Fields. But Justin Fields, his level of play is undeniable. Tafule at nose tackle, Patrick Jones at edge. Everybody would stop complaining, and then Sermon in the 4th round to start getting our running game going because we need a hard-nosed guy and a guy that's actually worth his talent. Why Sermon? Here, allow me to do it. In this situation, safety wouldn't be an option because we already have 1 or 2 of those guys already ready to go. You already have, I believe, who is back there? It's the kid out of UCLA, I believe. Let's look at Trey Sermon versus Nebraska. And huge shout out to, I'm going to murder this name. But huge shout out to Kyle Pro 88. for the film breakdown. Thank you so much. DynastyNerds.com. Thank you so much for Dynasty Nerds. Keel Pro. So let's take a look at Trey Sermon back here. Justin Fields is going to run, I guess. Remember, Sermon is out of Oklahoma. His game against Clemson was just phenomenal. Shit, what a pickup. He took this hit, and Fields had only that much room to get through. I know he still gets... Wow, damn. All right. Yeah, put it out the sermon. Put it the sermon. Man. They were just spreading these dudes out, spreading these boys out. They couldn't get really much of a running game going. Couldn't get to that hole, but they had done a really good job there. The Cornhuskers, they had done a really good job of blocking this up right here. This immediate area, you're wanting to push and get to the next level or open up that plane right there, and he got pushed inside, condensed. So there was nowhere really for Sermon to go unless he kicked it way outside, and at that point you take away momentum. So maybe that's the reason why he wasn't able to get that. Well, that was the reason why. But every time they go play action, it's not that it doesn't work. It's just that it's predicted. But they are getting him with the run delay. And there's Sermon right there showing a little bit of what he can do. If you like Todd Gurley's game without the broken knees, basically, then Trey Sermon makes a lot of sense. Man, this is just a free blitzer, and nobody picks this up. Nobody picks it up. They don't read it at all. Can we get an absolute happy birthday from the entire grounding community for AJ Evans? AJ, happy birthday, my dude. Rise up. You are officially 20 years old. Sermon's game as the year goes on from the other film that I've watched him from is just so much better than a lot of other people. "19 Part 2. You stop that. Sermon. Run that ball, big boy. Let's go. Big boys run the ball. What a spin. Fields, please. We don't need to watch you do that. But good block by Sermon. But that's kind of where I would go. Woo! Taylor McPherson. I'm torn between Wilson and Fields if we draft a QB. No way Trevor falls, but you never know. With the $10 dono. Rise up, stay grounded. So yeah, boys, that's kind of where I would go. That's if you gave me the opportunity, if Fields falls to 4, I mean, if any quarterback falls to 4, if that's Trevor Lawrence, if that's Justin Fields, if you have opportunity to get Wilson or Lance, that's the way that I would go, at least on that side of the bit. So say Najee gets picked up by the Dolphins or Steelers, who would be your RB2? So if Najee got picked by the Dolphins or Steelers and Travis Etienne's still on the board, I'm taking Travis Etienne. I think he works really well with what you would do with Lance, Fields, or obviously Lawrence. Wilson, I'm not really sure he would work well with Wilson because Wilson has a different kind of profile. But it would still be a fantastic pick. And then if you got Williams or you got Sermon, because I know that Will Smith is, or not Will Smith, but Tavon Turner, Williams from North Carolina is a fantastic running back. But there's just a lot of uncertainty of which round you would want to pick him in. Whether is he a second round talent, maybe not, maybe a third round talent or fourth round talent. If you're there with Sermon and Williams on the board, which one of the guys would you pick? Both have great running styles. Both could be your running back of the future. Just depends on whether or not you're going to run them 40 times a game, 50 times a game, which is ridiculous. You would throw the ball that much. But are you going to be running this guy 20, 30 times a game, or are you going to be having a running back by committee type deal? Really all depends. Really all depends on the actual GM and the actual coaching staff, which I would like to give, kind of my 2 cents on here. Coaching staff and GM being the most important parts, and being, what the draft history of those guys would be and what kind of player and archetypes are they looking for to create their defense and offense. That all comes into play when we're talking about the draft. And the draft as a whole, this is still all simulation and speculation. So to say that the Falcons would draft a tight end in the first round, speculatory, possible, but not likely. Same thing with defensive end, same thing with quarterback, same thing with wide receiver, same thing with defensive tackle. It's all about value of the player, whether or not they are valued in the top 10, and whether or not they make sense for the positions that you have open, and whether or not you're drafting them for playing right at this very moment, which you should never be doing, or you should be drafting them for 2022, 2023, 2024. And if that's the case and you are drafting them for that particular purpose, then I understand what you're doing, but 2021 is going to be a bad year. If you are drafting them for this year and you're trying to get the best out of the talent, then I wouldn't be too surprised if the Falcons double dip in the first round and go and try to stay near round 2, round 3 with all of these draft picks that they currently have. I would call the draft just them trying to just shoot for the best heightened talent, which would kind of be a death sentence to most people. It would be a death sentence to the core of the defense, the offense, and the special teams from a coaching perspective, because you're drafting for need instead of drafting for future. You're not drafting for making a concerted effort to supply your team with things going forward. You're being reactionary. You're not being proactive. So proactive is more important than being reactionary at the end of the day. If you're just being reactionary to what you're drafting, then you're just drafting things as you go. Woo! Will Smith with a $20 dono in the super chat. No question, but lunch is on me tomorrow. LOL, live it up. Thank you, my man, so much. Before we get out of here, I know this has been a 2-hour convo, but I've explained a lot, and I know a lot of you didn't get your questions answered. So what I'm going to do is I am going to leave this and go live on twitch.tv/unintentionalgrounding. You're more than welcome to follow that link, and I will get that for you right now. I will get you that link. What? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. There, I got it. But if Freddie was here, he could just do it for me. But no. It's all right. It's okay. I'll just one-man band it. It's fine. It's okay. Yeah, I can do it on my own. Do that on my own. Boom. There you go. Cool. Twitch.tv/unintentional grounding if you want to go follow me over there. And we are going to play some video games, and we're going to chill out with you guys and talk with you guys about where the Falcons are going, what they're doing, how they're going to do it, and just stay updated. We're going to stay updated and as close to the action as we possibly can. Hey, man, I'm just going to keep reporting the news as it comes out. Talk about every single which way that we can go. Stay open to all possibilities, whether it be defense or offense or quarterback or linebacker or defensive end or safety. But I'm going to do that with the idea that there are certain movable or immovable pieces with this particular group. That some things just make sense and some things don't make sense, no matter who you're the coach, what kind of coach you are, or what kind of guy what kind of system you run. No matter what you do, there's a lot of work that has to be done, and none of this is going to get fixed in 1 year. So I don't expect a winning team from the Atlanta Falcons in 2021. Winning team is a very broad statement in the idea that could we have a winning season? Oh, yeah. Without question, man. We could have a winning season next year. With the group that we currently have and a couple of rookies and veterans, you can definitely win games. Next year is definitely winnable. Can we win playoff games? That would start to get into territory that I don't think that we have any evidence to prove that we can do that, because we have to see what the coaching staff does, and we have to see what we have to see what kind of system they want to run, and we have to see what kind of player archetypes they want to bring in. So there's a lot that goes under the scrutiny of a first year. I mean, 2015 with Dan Quinn, 2008 with Mike Smith. Both of them came up with decent records. Neither one of them were flashy or boom, but they were decent. It wasn't until year 2, year 3, year 4, at least with Mike Smith under Dan Quinn, it was the second year, that the offense and the defense started really kicking and running and doing their thing. So please don't believe any content creator that's out there. And let me blow this up, because I guess I don't have anybody to blow it up for me. So I gotta do this work, man. But please don't believe just any random content creator or any Falcons content creator. Or specifically any fan that's just doing content for y'all. Don't believe them just straight out of pocket. Put a little grain of salt on everything you hear. The pro Ryan people, put a little salt on it. The anti Ryan people, put a little salt on it. The people that are in between, that are trying to figure out different avenues, like myself, put a little salt on it. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't be biased. If I can ever say that there's one time that everybody in here needs to come together and do something unique, it's right now. So let's not be biased. Let's look at all options. In this particular video, like I said, I didn't trade up. I didn't trade down. I didn't trade Matt Ryan. I didn't trade Julio Jones. I didn't make any outrageous moves. Even the Dante Fowler move, trading him, isn't outrageous or out of the question. It was just something to see whether or not we could open up more money. In fact, actually, before we end this video and I go over to twitch.tv/unintentional grounding, let's see what would happen if I undid the Dante Fowler Jr. trade. I undid it, and we are at $8 million in cap. So say our next head coach is Arthur Smith. How far-fetched would it be to get Kyle Pitts? It's a good question. It's a really good question. He is a tight end guy. He's a former tight end coach. He likes hard-nosed football players. And Kyle Pitts is a wide receiver playing tight end. There was another guy by the name of Eric Ebron that he looks very, very similar to. So I'm not saying that it won't work or that it can't happen. What I'm saying is that it doesn't make any sense, especially if you have Hayden Hurst. which is kind of a guy that's similar or as athletic, which is another great question. And it brings up another question. What do you do with Hayden Hurst, especially in a fifth-year option? So I don't know. I don't know if it's far-fetched. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, but taking him at 4 seems a bit overkill. Again, draft positioning is very important, but not to overanalyze draft positioning. Trade up, trade down can still all happen. Can all still be happen. So in this particular mock, I did trade. Was it a trade or June 1 cut? What did I do? I June 1 traded. Was it a June 1 trade, or did I just trade him out? No. I think I June 1 traded. Yep, I June 1 traded Dante Fowler Jr. at the end, which is not unreasonable because I didn't do any other June 1 trades. I just did June 1 cuts or cuts straight up. And then the only people that I went restructured were Grady and Jake because they are guys, you know. They're guys that you want to keep. But anyway, that being said, rise up, stay grounded. Thank you guys for following me. I know there's a lot of Falcons content creators out there that you can follow. We're on a drive to 5K for this channel, and I'm hoping and praying that you guys can help me get to that point. So share this out on all your favorite Falcons Facebook groups, the other Falcons content creators that are out there. Go ask them their opinion of Lieutenant Dan or the people that are out there about Lieutenant Dan. We're going to do a lot of these videos because this is just uncertainty. I'm not going to do a lot of film breakdown videos right now because of the uncertainty of what kind of player that we want. But once we get some of those players or we start to understand how the roster is going to be built, then I am one of those people that will definitely make the video for it. I want to make you guys happy, and I want to put out good content. So I will see you guys on twitch.tv/unintentional grounding. Link is in the description of the video, or excuse me, in the link top chat. It's in the live chat right now, so you can utilize that to your fullest. And I will talk to you guys again real soon. My name's Lieutenant Dan, Unintentional Grounding Live. Nothing but the facts and the truth. I really mean that. Nothing but the facts and the truth. No narrative, no drive, no pushing you guys to the side. If you want a quarterback, cool. If you don't want a quarterback, cool. If you want certain players, fantastic, as long as it actually makes sense, right? As long as we actually put real facts to it. So I'll talk to you guys again. Peace, hair grease, rise up, stay grounded. Time for the video gaming birthday stream. You guys have a good one.